That stress you may be feeling right now is literally aging your face as we speak. You've been using retinol, vitamin C, sunscreen, you've been doing everything right. So why does your skin still look so tired and much older than it should? Well, the culprit indeed might be cortisol. And in today's video, we're going to talk about cortisol, how it's impacting your health and your skin and what you can do about it. Because every time cortisol floods your system, it's like throwing acid on your collagen. And most of us do this multiple times a day. So first we should talk about what is cortisol so everyone understands what that is. Cortisol is a hormone that your body produces. Think of it as an alarm system. It is produced by these tiny little glands called adrenal glands that sit right on top of your kidneys. And it's supposed to be triggered and become elevated to help us with quick responses, fight or flight. It jumps our blood sugar for quick energy, heightens alert and focus, and it's supposed to temporarily increase your blood pressure, your blood sugar, and your metabolism, all of which are supposed to help you move and get out of dangerous, stressful situations. In the body, it's designed to be a short-term hormonal spike. The problem is it doesn't calm down and it can create a lot of damage when it does not. When it comes to the health of your skin, your body and skin's aging processes, it does you no favors when it stays high because it breaks down collagen and elastin fibers by activating enzymes in your body that actually break down these structures. It also impairs your skin's barrier function, accelerating wrinkle formation in the skin, sagging in the skin, crepiness in the skin, increasing inflammation, and slowing your skin's ability to heal and repair itself. And if all that doesn't sound bad enough, that's just the short-term impacts. There are long-term impacts like accelerated body aging, increasing your actual biological age far beyond your numerical age. In other words, you could be a 30-year-old with a high cortisol problem exhibiting the biological signs of a person well into their 40s or even 50. And I know it sounds scary because it is scary, but the good news is there are some things you can definitely do that are science-backed. In fact, there was a study done in 2014 by the National Institute of Health. And if you guys follow me at all, you know that study will be available below in the video description box so that you can go read it for yourself. But in that study, the things that we just described and talked about in the video were detected in a scientifically clinical setting, showing how mast skin cells are elevated by stress, and in turn, and in a vicious cycle, actually produce more stress hormones that leads to a vicious, and yes, I'm using the word vicious twice here, leading to a cycle of stress-induced inflammatory events in your skin and your body. And this process known as a cytokine release. Now, if you're still watching, because here comes the good news. In the same study, they found that there are certain compounds that are able to actually inhibit cytokine release from those mast cells. Dietary supplementation containing active flavonoids and proteoglycans were actually shown to reduce that inflammation and cut off many of the effects of elevated cortisol, especially over time. So that means there are actually dietary supplements that you can take that can help lower cortisol levels. And as usual, I'll put recommendations for those down in the video description. You can check them out on your own when we're done here. But the other more obvious way to reduce cortisol levels is to reduce the amount of stress in your day-to-day life. And before anyone jumps off into the idea of it's just meditation, there may be more to this than you think. Mindfulness, meditation, and breathing exercises certainly can really help you instantly lower cortisol levels and stress by taking that often talked about time out, especially in high stress situations with friends, family, and partners. Even giving your dog or cat a pet can make a big difference in a really, really stressful day. But one of the best ways to reduce cortisol levels is to make sure you're getting a good, solid night's sleep. And I know that is a big issue for a lot of people. It's been an issue in the past for me. For me, I found I was deficient in magnesium, and adding a magnesium supplement to my nighttime routine actually helped get me there with better sleep. So you might be magnesium deficient. You can always check that out with your doctor. There are supplements designed specifically to take at night. There are certain types of magnesium in these preparations that you take at night, these supplements, that don't lead to digestive issues or stomach upset, but can really enhance the quality of your sleep. So if you've been having a lot of trouble sleeping at night and you don't know why, your sleeping environment's good, it's dark, it's quiet, it's cool enough for your body to lower its body temperature, which also helps with a good night's sleep, and you're still struggling, you might want to check out your magnesium levels. Another thing that really helps get a good night's sleep is making sure you don't eat 4 to 5 hours prior to going to bed. So the earlier you eat in the afternoon or late afternoon before you go to sleep, the more time you give your body to digest the food that you've eaten, the better off you're going to be. And you certainly want to stay away from carbohydrates, high sugar foods, because those actually increase cortisol in your sleep hours, which is going in the wrong direction of where you want to be. So like so many things, leaning into a balanced diet, low sugar, low carb, high vegetables, leafy greens, lean meats, and healthy fats go a long way to improve cortisol levels, not just at night while you're sleeping, but during the day. And as I just mentioned a little bit earlier, making sure healthy fats are in your diet, the omega-3s that you need. Again, leafy greens, avocados, fish, chia seeds, all of which will help you achieve a more unfriendly environment for cortisol spikes. Staying hydrated, drinking lots of water. We talk about that here on the channel all the time. Water, the number one thing to help keep your system in check, and hydrated and keeping you looking good and healthy. So while that skincare routine that you've been diligently and consistently practicing will begin to yield even better results if cortisol has been your issue and you get it under control. Now, if you found this video on cortisol and how it's affecting your health and your skin and what to do about it helpful, please, it's important to like it, share it out, let me know in the comments below. And for more ways to understand how foods might be impacting your overall health and skin, be sure to check out this video that I picked out for you next. As always, I really appreciate your support, watching and sharing out my work. Thank you so much. Stay beautiful, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you over on that next video.